loved that team. Long story why it was my favorite team. I grew up near Seattle because I thought Washington was our state, not the nation's capital, blah, blah, blah. But it is, so I grew up with a lot of, I loved them, and then the Joe Gibbs years, and then Dan Snyder takes over, and they are a tire fire for his entire ownership. It's just, even the moments they had an RG3, it burns out quick. This is fun. This is an incredible fan base. It reminds me of the Warriors pre-Steph. You forgot how good the Warriors were in like the 70s and how rabid the fan base was, and they were just sort of irrelevant forever. Washington's an unbelievably wealthy city. Their owner now is going to have a lot of juice, and I like everybody. But isn't it funny? Texans, Bengals, Washington. Get the quarterback right. That's 70%. That's the root of the tree. 75% of your issues are over. And I got into this discussion a while back with somebody who's an executive in the NFL that deals a lot with personnel. And not all executives do that. Some are operations people, some are personnel people, and most of my guys are personnel people. And I got into this, and I said, how do you know the guy is it? And I said, my take is there's got to be a wow. There was never a wow with Derek Carr. There's never been a wow with Dak Prescott. Dak's wow is that he's smart, he's an adult, he's a grown-up, he's an excellent leader. But there's got to be a physical wow. And you could say, well, what about Josh Allen? No, Josh Allen was all wow. He wasn't refined. That's why don't get too caught up on stats on rookie quarterbacks. Most aren't ready. Most aren't refined. And it's why I've defended Kyler Murray, because I saw a lot of wow. I didn't know he didn't prep behind the scenes, but I saw the wow. But if you start, I was writing down a list this morning. That's why with Daniel Jones, there's no wow. The wow is his offensive coach. Arm, speed, size. Will Levis, sorry, gun show and cool hair doesn't count as wow. He's got a strong arm, but it's not Josh Allen. It's not Mahomes. And so with Jaden Daniel, when you watch him, regardless of his stats, and his stats are amazing, he looks like Lamar Jackson. He's about 90% Lamar Jackson running, and you also get accuracy that is like Joe Burrow in college, his last year. Like, what is going on? So not all these guys come in refined, or they get the right coach. But I said that when I watched Sam Darnold in college, USC, Penn State go to the Rose Bowl, he is making crazy throws with a bad coach. It's hero ball. You're like, whoa. Carson Wentz came in, never got refined, but there was a lot of size, arm movement, wow. And Mark Sanchez yesterday was talking about what he's seen very early with Jaden Daniels.
This kid has elite speed. He knows how to get the ball out of his hands quickly that way. A ton of pure progressions where he's just going 1 through 5. Boom, 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 boom. I know exactly what it looks like. I know exactly what I'm looking for. Cliff gets to go be a coordinator again before potentially he gets to be a head coach again down the line. And he's gotten better. He went back to college for a year, comes back to the NFL, and he's ready to go. He has a guy that can pull the trigger for him, and he's setting him up nicely. There's a lot of reasons for his success. Did anybody expect it to be the best in NFL history? No, of course not. That's the result. But the process has gotten better.
And there is no question, if you watch them in the SEC, outrunning SEC linebackers, there is wow stuff here. He's just more refined early than anybody could have guessed. The first ever Genesis GV80 Coupes, the ultimate expression of athletic elegance, embodying the perfect blend of coupe DNA and SUV prowess, showcasing a sporty silhouette, looks fast even when sitting still. Enjoy the 27-inch OLED navigation system, crystal clear, displays split-screen views of everything that's important to you, maps, weather, audio, Buffalo. Gets housed by Baltimore. They'll be great this week. Or Green Bay kind of embarrasses itself first half at home against Minnesota. Watch Green Bay play very effective football this week. Generally, good teams bounce back. I said it to start the season. I didn't have them as a playoff team. I don't think Dallas has the personnel to go and play Pittsburgh, at Pittsburgh, night game, and light it up.
Yeah. I was unimpressed with Dallas Thursday Night Football against the lowly Giants. It wasn't one of these, 20-point coast victories.
They don't have enough juice on either side.
I'm on Pittsburgh here, under 3, but I'll just say this. If Fields stumbles and struggles, high-profile game, I wouldn't be shocked if Russell Wilson was starting in Week 5. Or I guess that would be Week 6.
Do you think stuff's happening behind the scenes with, agents and stuff?
I don't know. I mean, You know, I speculated Miami has a quarterback situation with Tua out. They're very bad. Wouldn't Russell Wilson improve that situation?
Oh, absolutely.
The problem is, as soon as Tua's back, they're going to Tua. I mean, you know, that
Isn't it
offense
amazing to watch where Russell was and where Russell is today? It's been 2 years, 2.5 years. Not even 2.5 years. Like, it's just insane.
I still remember getting all excited about his season opener with Denver against Seattle. Remember?
Yes.
I loved Denver in that game. Oh, and just watching Hackett and Russ blow that. He hasn't been the same guy since.
No, hasn't.
It's just bizarre. All right, final story, Colin, is your guy, Baker Mayfield.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, Bucks are 3-1. Baker 8 touchdowns, 2 picks, 70% completions. It's only 4 games, small sample size, but offensive coordinator Liam Cohen said the former first overall pick has learned to deal with both the good times and the bad.
I don't think he ever struggles with adversity, right? I've never seen him really struggle with that. It's, okay, how do we simulate and then emulate success? And I thought on Sunday, you really saw him kind of be a surgeon in ways. He was a little surgical at times. That is something that we have to continue to try to challenge him with and challenge our offense with, is repeating success. And how do we continue to do that?
So they got the Falcons tomorrow night, Thursday Night Football, divisional matchup.
I can't wait to watch that. It's actually a really under-the-radar, fascinating game. Big game.
So let's put some context on the Baker start to the season, okay?
Yeah.
In the season opener, he faced Washington. Bottom 5 defense.
Well,
everything
everybody in the whole building, everything was new, and it was a road game.
Yeah, so that was a layup. He had 4 touchdowns. Week 2 against Detroit, little regression, threw for 185 yards. They won.
Yeah.
He was not great.
Yeah.
Okay, Week 3, they lose to Denver. He gets sacked 7 times. He was bad. Week 4, Philadelphia kind of rolled over heading into the bye. Are we going a little overboard with Baker's early success, given what I just laid out here? They haven't faced any great
When
defenses
Baker's good on third down, Baker's good.
But that's unsustainable.
Well, no, he was bad on third down against Denver and Detroit. When he's good on third down, they're rolling. Baker is one of the 20 best quarterbacks on the planet, college and pro right now. When Baker has time, can set his feet, has weapons.
One of the 20
best quarterbacks in the world right now. I've said that for 4 years. He is one of the best 20 quarterbacks in the world. I don't know where you're going to put him in the NFL, 13th, 14th, wherever you want to put him. I don't care. And he's better than all the rookie quarterbacks right now. I mean, he's better than Blake Ewers, right?
Excuse me, Jaden Daniels?
Quinn Ewers, excuse me.
Jaden Daniels?
Well, Jaden Daniels has played 4 games. Can we have
So
6?
is Baker. Well, you want to count the other Baker years? The lean Cleveland
You mean when he
years?
got the Browns into the playoffs and beat Pittsburgh?
Yeah, it was like 5 years ago. Well, what have you done for me lately? That's like Colin. Remember when I generated those huge ratings when I filled in for you that one day, like 3 years ago?
Baker's made the playoffs in the NFC and the AFC.
That's impressive, no doubt about it.
Well, you're
But
down.
I want to know what you've done this year, and he's been good against bad comp. This is my way of saying I'm on Atlanta tomorrow. How about you?
Well, I picked Atlanta to win the division, so I'm on Atlanta tomorrow, not because Baker stinks. I think Baker's good. I would tell Baker, I've invited Baker back on my show. I would tell Baker Mayfield to his face. I've said this before. I think he's a good guy, has a beautiful wife and a family. I think he's a top 20 quarterback on the planet. I thought he got way over his skis. I think Cleveland was a bad fit. If he'd have gotten D'Amico Ryans and Slowick, the coordinator, it would have been different. I thought he got a little over his skis, doing too many commercials. But you know what? In the end of the day, I said, Tampa, sign him. Baker's got talent. That's indisputable. There's no doubting his stats. Never been. I didn't say he wasn't. I said if I was a GM, I'm not picking him to run my franchise in Cleveland. I don't think he was the guy I would pick.
If you're a GM picking a quarterback right now, and I said the choices are Baker Mayfield or Bo Nix for the rest of this season, who are you taking?
Bo Nix is free for 4 years. That's a big deal. He's free. Baker right now is better than Bo Nix, but Bo Nix has played 4 NFL games.
Dak Prescott going forward or Baker Mayfield?
I like Dak more, but I think the gap is very small. I think Baker throws a better ball than Dak.
Here we go. Derek Carr.
Baker.
Oh, wow.
Baker's got a little more chutzpah and a little more horsepower with his arm.
Chutzpah and horsepower. Yeah. I like that.
Yeah, you try to trap me. Yeah. I like Baker.
I know.
He's not top 7, 8. And he may not be 9 through 13, or the Jared Goff territory.
I think top 20 is reasonable.
Yeah, he's somewhere in that 14 to 18-ish.
Jordan Love?
Probably Jordan. I think Jordan's a better athlete, a little bigger.
Goff?
I love Goff. So I think Goff's one of the top 10 quarterbacks on the planet.
Oh, here's Jalen Hurts.
Ask me a year ago, I'd have told you Hurts.
Right.
Ask me right now, and I'm not joking, I may say Baker. If you give Baker time to throw, he doesn't throw picks. I mean, if you give Baker a clean pocket, you give Jalen a clean pocket in the last year, he throws picks.
The interceptions are mounting.